Hello everyone, let's read the daily news in English, Egypt's news. Of course, it's important to understand the meanings from the context before trying to learn new words or looking new words up in some dictionary or with ChatGPT. So at first try to understand, and if you find new words, you can write them down, and after trying to understand the full context, the full topic, you can look for the meaning of these new vocabs. All right, so let's start with the first news with the headline: Egypt condemns targeting of UAE consulate in Kurdistan region. This is a foreign affairs news. Egypt condemns targeting of UAE consulate in Kurdistan region. Foreign Minister Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati expressed on Tuesday Egypt's condemnation of the targeting of the UAE Consulate General in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. Alright, there is some targeting happened, targeting a person, targeting the Consulate General of Kurdistan in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. Condemns. What does it mean condemns? Condemns. Udin. Egypt urges de-escalation in talks with Iran, Jordan, and Bahrain. Urges. Egypt urges de-escalation. De-escalation. Escalation. escalation يعني ايه؟ escalation يعني تصعيد. de-escalation يعني خفض تصعيد. urge يعني يحث أو يطلب أو يستعجل أو آه، موضوع ضروري، من الضروري خفض التصعيد. in talks with Iran، في مباحثات مع إيران وجوردن and Bahrain. Indonesian embassy in Cairo hosts Ramadan iftar to strengthen ASEAN Egypt ties. Ramadan iftar, to strengthen, to make it stronger, to make something stronger. Strengthen. Strengthen is a verb. Egypt ready to send relief aid to Lebanon amid regional escalations. Sisi to Aoun his name. So Egypt is ready to send relief aids معونات to Lebanon amid regional escalations بعد تصعيد الإقليمي اللي حاصل بسبب amid تبعا لحاجة amid regional escalations قلنا إن هي تصعيد. Egypt working with Arab states to revive joint Arab force. Foreign Minister Abdelati. Egypt working with Arab states. Arab states يعني دول عربية، مدن عربية. To revive. What does it mean to revive something? Revive is to bring something back to life again. Something that was dead, something that was cancelled, something that was off. You need to revive it again. And this verb is often used sometimes with hospitals. At some hospitals you need to revive the heart or something, you give it some electric shocks so to revive the heart. So revive here means to bring the old idea into surface again, to try to make it work again. So Egypt working with Arab states to revive joint Arab forces. Joint means متحد means joint Arab forces means قوة عربية موحدة. Joint مجمع موحد. Egypt condemns violating Turkish sovereignty airspace. Abdelati to Fidan. Condemns قلنا يدين. Egypt condemns violating Turkish sovereignty. Sovereignty means سيادة. Violating, when you violate something, you break the rules, you go into other persons or other countries' sovereignty means when, for example, when some airplane enters the Turkish space or some kind of a missile or something enters the space of Turkey, this act is a violation. You are violating their sovereignty, السيادة. And this news here is regarding the war still, but regarding the airspace. There are some kind of air forces entered the Turkish airspace or the Turkish space, and that's considered a violation to the Turkish sovereignty. So that's why Egypt is condemning this kind of act, and that happened in talks between Abdelati and Fidan from Turkey. Egypt launches 153rd Gaza convoy carrying 3,355 tons of humanitarian aid. So the convoy, we see this in Arabic a lot. Convoy here means قافلة, and this is the convoy number 153. The 153rd convoy to Gaza, carrying 3,355 tons of humanitarian aid. Al-Azhar Observatory praises UK schools' support for Muslim students during Ramadan. Al-Azhar Observatory praises. Observatory here starts with a capital O, so it may be just the name. Al-Azhar Observatory means Al-Azhar Sharif or just something. It's a name. Praises. UK school. Praises means they like what they did. They thank them. They find it very admirable. They praise. They like. They support. UK school. They like what UK schools did. The UK schools supported. They give support to Muslim students during Ramadan. That happened in UK schools. Maybe in Egypt. I think if we entered, we will see details. Okay, what's next? Egypt condemns Iran attack on Saudi residential complex. Warns of wider regional chaos. Egypt condemns today Iran attacks on Saudi residential complex. هجوم إيران على المجمع السعودي الموحد أو المجمع السعودي المتنوع الشام. on Saudi residential complex, warns of wider regional chaos. Yes, Iran is attacking some places inside Saudi Arabia, and some of them are not fully uh, military place, or maybe the all Iran is attacking military sites inside Saudi Arabia and inside most of the Gulf countries, and Egypt is condemning this kind of act uh, inside some Arab countries, because it will widen the chaos. Egypt warns of wider regional chaos فوضى إقليمي, and wider means أكبر. هتوسع الفوضى اللي في المنطقة. So that's why Egypt is condemning Iran attacks on Saudi and on every Arab countries. Egypt sends 3,680 tons of aid to Gaza in... Okay, this is all news. Let's find something else. We are 11th of March 2026. So let's stay inside Egypt. Let's go to society. And let's open this. Alright. Egypt won't change subsidized bread. Egypt won't change subsidized bread price despite fuel hikes, minister says. So, despite fuel hikes, بالرغم من ارتفاع أسعار الوقود, Egypt won't change subsidized bread price. مصر مش هتغير أسعار الرغيف العيش المدعم, subsidized المدعم. Supply minister. Who is the supply minister? What is supply minister? تموين, وزير التموين. Supply Minister Sharif Farouk confirmed on Tuesday that the price of subsidized baladi bread will remain unchanged at 20 piasters per loaf, 20 قرش للرغيف, despite a recent hike in fuel prices. الراجل ده كانوا بيضربوه في الفرن ولا ايه؟ In a statement, Farouk explained that the state will absorb an estimated 1.6 billion annually, Egyptian pounds, approximately 134 million Egyptian pounds per month, to keep the bread subsidy intact. The state will bear the additional production costs resulting from higher diesel prices for bakeries that rely on the fuel, the minister said. So the state will bear the additional تتحمل. الدولة ستتحمل. The state will bear the additional production costs, تكاليف الإنتاجية الزيادة, resulting from higher diesel prices, الناتجة عن الأسعار الديزل اللي بتزيد, for bakeries that rely on the fuel, للأفران اللي بتعتمد على الوقود. Farouk also assured citizens that prices of all goods distributed through ration cards at supply outlets and customer and consumer complexes would remain at their current levels. يعني بيؤكد assured. Farouk also assured, أكد للمواطنين, assured citizens, that prices of all goods, كل أسعار المنتجات, distributed through ration cards الموزعة عن طريق كروت التموين أو كروت ال- اللي هي الدعم at supply outlets في أماكن التوزيع and consumer complexes would remain at their current levels. هيفضلوا في نفس الأسعار في نفس المستويات. remain يظل. His remark came after the government announced on Tuesday an increase in the prices of several petroleum products and natural gas for vehicles, citing rising global oil prices linked to the US-Israeli war on Iran. So, his remarks تعليقاته أو النقط التوضيحية اللي قالها جت امتى؟ بعد جت يوم الثلاث أعلنت يوم الثلاث an increase in the prices of several petroleum because of this increase worldwide بسبب ان الأسعار العالمية زادت. هو بيقول الكلام ده. Oil prices have topped $100 a barrel $100 للبرميل for the first time since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022 as the US-Israeli war against Iran roils energy markets across the region. طبعا بتؤثر على الأسعار الوقود. The war has knocked out roughly 1/5 of global crude oil and natural gas supplies after Iran moved to effectively shut down tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz. مضيق Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz. A choke point through which oil from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Qatar, Bahrain, and the UAE passes. Okay, so all the Arab states, like these countries, the Arab countries, depend on the Strait of Hormuz. So when Iran blocked it, when Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz, that became a choke point. A choke. When someone chokes, it means he can't breathe. So this became a choke point for Gulf countries or for these Arab states. In Egypt, the government raised fuel prices as of Tuesday, with petrol grades climbing by 3 Egyptian pounds per liter, bringing 95 octane to EGP 24 Egyptian pounds. 95 octane تقريبا اللي هو بنزين 95 يعني. 92 octane بنزين 92 to 22.25 Egyptian pounds. EGP Egyptian pounds جنيه مصري. And 80 octane بنزين 80 to 20.75 Egyptian pounds. Diesel. Okay. The supply minister noted that his ministry has activated a 24-hour central operations room to monitor petroleum availability and track stock levels at gas stations and butane depots, while field inspectors have been deployed to ensure that prices at the pump are not being illegally inflated. Illegally means بشكل غير قانوني وعكسها legally قانوني بشكل قانوني. Inflated comes from inflation. Inflation means التضخم, means أسعار أزيد, أسعار العملة سعرها أقل فالأسعار زيادة. فهنا the prices to be illegally inflated means the people sell goods or services by higher prices than it should, by inflated prices. Farouk also directed Inspection terms. Inspection means تحقيق. Uh, Inspection teams to monitor bakeries, markets, and food outlets for vendors using the fuel hike as a pretext to price gouge. So, what are they inspecting? These inspection teams, they are monitoring بيراقبوا bakeries, الأفران, markets, الأسواق, and food outlets for vendors ومجمعات أو الأماكن اللي بتبيع الطعام، البائعين يعني اللي بيستخدموا using the fuel hike as a pretext to price gouge، اللي بيستخدموا ارتفاع أسعار الوقود كمدعاة كبريتكست لارتفاع الأسعار بتاعته. He warned that strict legal action will be taken against violators and pledged continued daily market monitoring nationwide to ensure price stability according to the statement. He warned, Hauser, that strict legal action يعني رد فعل قانوني قوي حازم أو فعل حازم قانوني، فعل قانوني حازم هيتخذ will be taken against violators. Who are these violators? Those who violate the law. للخارجين أو للي غير متبعين للقانون. And pledged continued وأكد على المراقبة اليومية المستمرة continued daily market monitoring nationwide على مدار يعني في كل المحافظات على في البلد كلها to ensure price stability للتأكيد على استقرار الأسعار. Okay, we can see foreign affairs health. Let's read something about health. Egypt vaccinated 13,000 stray dogs in anti-rabies campaign since January. مصر بتطعم 13,000 كلب من كلاب الشوارع يعني اللي هي الستري دوجز في حملة ضد السعار anti-rabies campaign من شهر يناير since January. The Ministry of Agriculture and Land Reclamation said on Wednesday that it has vaccinated 12,665 stray dogs and sterilized 1,593 others nationwide since January as part of a national anti-rabies strategy, urging citizens to report suspected cases via the hotline 19561. In a statement, the ministry said the campaign carried out means maintained, achieved, happened by the General Authority for Veterinary Services aims to curb the spread of rabies, strengthen public health safeguards, and promote human-animal management practices. Field veterinary teams are conducting vaccination and sterilization drives across multiple governorates محافظات across multiple governors في عدة محافظات in line في نفس التوقيت with approved in line in line with approved scientific standards يعني متوافق مع معايير علمية م- متفق عليها أو متوافق عليها. To ensure public safety, contain the disease, and manage stray dog populations sustainably, the statement added. The operations are being implemented in coordination with civil society organizations and the Federation of Animal Welfare Associations, reflecting with officials described as a collaborative approach to animal welfare and zoonotic disease control. Okay, they are trying to contain these kind of animal diseases, especially the dogs. In parallel, at the same time, in parallel, بشكل موازي, veterinary outreach programs are focusing on raising public awareness about the importance of promptly reporting suspected rabies cases and interacting responsibly with animals, describing community engagement as a cornerstone of efforts to prevent the spread of infectious diseases. Egypt has recently rolled out a nationwide strategy to combat rabies and manage stray dogs populations, officially estimated at 10 to 11 million through a catch, neuter, vaccinate, and release CNVR approach. The program, led by the GAVS under the ministry, is designed to curb dog-mediated rabies infections while promoting human and animal management in line with with international public health standards. Under the policy, stray dogs are captured, vaccinated against rabies, sterilized, and either returned to their original locations to preserve ecological balance or transferred to designated shelters if they are aggressive or suspected of carrying disease. Officials have stressed that culling and poisoning are prohibited. Prohibited. What does it mean prohibited? Prohibited are forbidden, are not allowed. They have official have stressed, have ensured, have أكدوا that they will not poison these animals. Poisoning are prohibited, are not allowed. Earlier phases of the strategy prioritized densely populated governorates, including Cairo and Giza, before expanding to other areas based on reported cases and population density. يعني بيعطوا أولوية prioritized الأماكن الأعلى كثافة للسكان زي القاهرة والجيزة. Authorities have also allocated 12 plots of land to establish shelters outside residential zones to house high-risk animals. Okay. Egypt shuts Nasr City Clinic, revokes doctor's license over misleading medical claims. قفلوا عيادة مدينة نصر. revokes وسحبوا رخصة الدكتور over misleading medical claims. The Ministry of Health announced Tuesday that it had closed a medical clinic in Cairo's Nasr City, and revoked its owner's license after he was accused of spreading misleading and scientifically unproven medical information on social media. Alright, so he was spreading unproven medical information, meaning he was advising people to do something as a doctor that wasn't that weren't proven medically. So that was considered as spreading misleading information. The ministry said the administrative closure order was issued on 10 March for a clinic owned by physician Diauddin Shalabi Muhammad Al Awadi on El Nozha Street in East Nasr City. According to the ministry, the decision followed a ruling by the disciplinary board of the Egyptian Doctors Syndicate النقابة in February to revoke the doctor's membership. سحبوا عضوية الدكتور, which automatically cancels his license to practice medicine under the country's medical practice law. The syndicate said its investigations found that the physician had published and promoted medical opinions and treated advice not supported by scientific evidence on social media platforms, including claims related to diseases such as diabetes, kidney and heart conditions, cancer, and hormonal disorders. Authorities have said the content included unapproved treatment methods and could mislead patients, posing a potential risk to public health. The doctors' syndicate confirmed that it had also filed a complaint with the public prosecutor and contacted relevant regulatory bodies to take legal action over the spread of misleading medical information online. Al-Awadi, who has a combined following of more than 1 million across major social media platforms such as Facebook and YouTube, went viral for short video clips in which he claimed that smoking was not harmful and that sugar was not particularly dangerous. In the same videos, he rejected healthy diets and claimed that insulin was a fraud. According to media reports, while the doctors' syndicate was investigating him, a physician in Takahleya posted on Facebook that a 7-year-old diabetic patient had fallen into a coma after his family stopped administering insulin, reportedly influenced by Al-Awadi's claim in a video that insulin was a fraud. Following the incident, several Egyptian doctors took to social media to strongly criticize him. The Ministry of Health also launched an online awareness campaign highlighting the importance of insulin, particularly for children with diabetes. diabetes هو مرض السكر. ممكن نقرا كمان واحدة. tourism. Let's read the headlines. Egypt Air gradually adds Dubai, Dammam flights from 6 March. Egypt raises emergency entry visa fee for foreign tourists to $30. Raises emergency entry visa اللي هو الفيزة الدخول الطارئة الامرجنسي الطوارئ اترفعت $30. Ramadan in Egypt is a story. Egypt launches campaign to boost tourism during Ramadan. Okay, boost عشان تزود ترفع تعلي السياحة في رمضان. Renowned Canadian singer Bryan Adams tours the Giza pyramids with his family. Tiffany Trump family visit Egypt's Luxor landmarks amid tight security. amid وسط حراسة مشددة. Tiffany Trump. Egypt's Aswan win D8 Tourism City of the Year for 2026. Okay, let's see this one. Egypt's Aswan wins D8 Tourism City of the Year for 2026. Aswan has been named Tourism City of the Year for 2026 by the Developing Aid Organization for Economic Cooperation, D8, after receiving the highest number of votes from the group's member states. Egypt's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. The award, held for the second consecutive year by the D8, followed competition with other nominated cities from Iran, Azerbaijan, and Pakistan. Iran's candidate was Tabriz, while the cities nominated by Azerbaijan and Pakistan were not publicly disclosed. A ministry statement said Aswan's selection came after Egypt submitted a detailed nomination file, prepared in coordination between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. The submission was supported by promotional materials highlighting Aswan's tourism attractions. Founded in 1997, the D8 promotes economic cooperation among developing countries across multiple sectors, including tourism. The organization comprises 9 member states: Egypt, Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, Iran, Indonesia, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Turkey, with a combined population exceeding 1.2 billion. The award reflects Aswan's rich historical, cultural, and natural assets, as well as its growing profile as a distinctive international destination, the statement added. It stressed that the recognition is expected to boost the city's visibility within the 8 markets and help stimulate tourism flows to Egypt in general and to Aswan in particular. The Tourism City of the Year award is one of the D8's flagship initiatives aimed at promoting sustainable tourism and enhancing the visibility of destinations across its member states. The award is granted through a competitive voting process among D8 countries. Based on criteria including cultural heritage, tourism infrastructure, promotional readiness, and growth potential. Turkey's Antalya won the inaugural award in 2025. Antalya was selected by consensus among the 8 member states in recognition of its established tourism infrastructure, cultural and historical heritage, and experience in hosting international visitors, officials said at the time. Tourism remains one of Egypt's main sources of foreign currency, alongside remittances, the Suez Canal, and foreign investments. According to the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, Egypt welcomed nearly 19 million visitors in 2025, marking a 21% increase from 2024, well above the global tourism growth rate of around 5%, according to UN estimates, highlighting the sector's resilience and competitiveness. Egypt aims to attract 30 million tourists by 2028. Thank you.